So in this session, we are going to talk about the sampler in JMeter. So now in the previous session, we have created a test plan, and the test plan, under test plan, we have created the, you can say, thread group. So you know that the purpose of thread group is to create the virtual user so that you can send multiple requests from your JMeter to the application. Okay. Now, what is sampler? So let me tell you with the help of this, you can say, this picture, this diagram, that this is my application. This is my application which I want to test, in terms of performance. Okay, so with the help of JMeter, we have created the thread group. Thread group means we have created the users. Now we want to configure different type of request, or we want to send different type of request from these users to the application. This request can be a HTTP request. Okay, like we are testing the API, so request can be HTTP. If you are testing the web application, then in that case also the request type is you can say HTTP. If you want to test performance of a database, we need a request type of JDBC. If we want to test a FTP type, file transfer protocol related things, then we need a FTP request. So actually, if if we want to send different type of request from my JMeter user, I want to configure that my user can send different type of requests. So how I can configure it? What is the setup for that? So for that purpose, JMeter provides a element that is called sampler. So sampler helps you in configuring different type of request like HTTP, JDBC, and FTP from your user. So let me show you practically. This is the, you can say, my thread group, and if you right click on that, you will get a sampler. If you go to the sampler, you will see that we are getting different type of option: flow, control action, HTTP, debug, and these are the FTP. Then we have JDBC, then we have a Java request, then we have mail reader. So we have different type of options. It depends on that what type of request you want to send from the form in your performance testing. So I will take the example of HTTP because HTTP is very common. So I'm just taking the example. In my upcoming video, I will go into detail of every type of request, like how you can configure HTTP, JDB, every type of request. I will create a separate video for that. So for the current purpose, for the current sampler example, I will take the help of HTTP. So now you can say that, for example, if I want to send the HTTP request, so here you can say that you can configure it. You can give the name of HTTP request. So by default, it is giving this one. You can give any name. Okay, for example, I'm testing any API. So I will take the example of this one. I have a API document. Like I told you, I have a API, and this is API to get student ID detail by ID. So I can give my request name get student by ID request. So you can give any name to a request, so that whenever you giving this name, it will be visible at left side and it will be little bit meaningful. Okay, here you can give the description for that. Then here you have to give the type. If your request is HTTP type, then you don't need to give. If it is something else, you have to give it. Now here you give the server name. In my application, I told you my application is you can say deployed on my local machine, so I can give the local host here. So here I can give the local host. So here my purpose is to tell you that uh, uh, what type of request do you want to send it from the JMeter. It is just providing a UI for that, so that you can make it easily. So here port number is 8080. Okay, and here you can say what type of method you want to call, that is get. And if you want to call any different type of method, you can select it from here. And now here you have to give the rest of the path. So for the rest of the path, I will take the example of this one. So this is the rest of the path. Let me copy, and now let me go to here. So here you can say that. So I will do one thing. If I want to get the detail of any particular ID, let me do. So this is, you can say, enough for the get based API or request. Now in the same way, I told you that this sampler provides you different type of HTTP request. If you are choosing the sampler type like HTTP, so different type of method, you can choose it here. Here you can say, if you are want to pass some parameter, you can pass the parameter from here. Like you can say edit some parameter here, add, and you can pass some parameter here. Okay, if you want to in your request, if you want to send any file for the upload, you can choose this file upload option, and here you can select it from here. So in short, you can see we have different type of options. So I've just given you the basic idea of the API, and now I will show you that you can hit the request. So when you hit the request, actually under the sampler, whatever sampler you have used under your you can say your thread group, that will be triggered. And now how many requests will be triggered? as per configuration of the number of threads user and the this one. So again, if I want to show you the result that it is working or not, so I need to add one more, you can say this one. Let me add this one. I'm just adding it. Again, I told you that I'm going to take the detail of this listeners, like what is the listener, and each and every column, what is the purpose of this column, what is the meaning of that. Okay, so now let me run this thing. So you can say that I've configured the user, so it is sending the 5 request here, and now it is sending the request. And if you want to see the detail also, so let me add one more. So whenever you are testing, so it is preferable you should add the this result also, so that you can get both types of view. So here you can say that this is it is showing you in the table view, and it is showing you in the detail view. So you can click on anyone, and you can say that it is sending the request, like this is request. You can say that is request, and you are getting the response here. This one you can say that. Okay, so in this way you can say you can configure any type of request. Like suppose the example, I want to create a for example JDBC test. So for that purpose I will go to this one, and I will select the JDBC. So when I select this option will only provide you the UI, so that you can configure your details. Like you can say that here JDBC connection related pool, you can say connection, you can provide the configuration here. Okay, here you can say that query type, you can select it from here. So in short, you can say sampler provides you the configuration point according to a request. So when you select the option, it will provide you interface according to that. Like JDBC, it is showing you the interface for the JDBC. So different type of. So I hope you got it, that the purpose of sampler is to only provide a configuration point, so that you can send your desired request. Okay, if you have any type of question from the sampler, you can put me in the comment of this video. And if you have not subscribed my channel till now, you can subscribe it. Thank you.